there, thanks for joining me to color. Today we're going to be working on this Magnolia image called Sunbathe Tilda. Isn't she cute? She's sitting on some kind of stool here, and then she's got some water here. So my thought is I want to add a fence behind her. So I'm just going to use my pencil, so in case I make a mistake and I can erase it. And then I've got my little T-square ruler here. And let's go ahead by starting our beam across the whole area. So I'm going to go just a little bit above her elbow right here. So let's do the first beam with the little bump where her elbow comes back up. And I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to go clear across till about 1/8 of an inch away from the little dotted line. And then we'll go on this side, and we'll do the same thing over here. That, I got a little bit on my little puddle here, so, or my splash, so I'm going to erase that. And then you're going to want to go up a little bit, however wide you want your fence board to be. So let's go about right here. Same thing, we'll go right here, and then we'll go out. Like that. And then I want to make, we're going to need some posts. So let's go ahead and do the posts. Just going to make a little mark. So I'm going to go about 1/8 of an inch down on this, and then I'm going to do a little line here, and I'm going to do a little line right there. All right, so we got our 2 lines there at the bottom. So we're going to go up here, turn our girl, and let's see. I want a little bit of my sticks to hang off of the end. My paper is not sticking very well here. So let's go, my little tick mark's right here, so I'm going to go ahead and go up. Then I'm going to skip over the top of my board and make it a little bit over the top. And then same thing down here, we'll kind of go up and a little bit over the top. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Let's go ahead and turn it. We'll go with our little mark here, go up to our board, skip over the top. And like that. Okay, then you're going to want to use a Copic friendly pen. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Copic multi-liner in 0.2. And I'm going to go over the top of my pencil lines. And then over here at the end, I don't care if it's straight. I'm just going to kind of make it, got some bumps so that it looks like a piece of wood at the end. And then we'll go down this one, down this way. And then same for this side, we're going to make it be a little bit bumpy over here so it looks like a post. And then we're going to do this side. So we're going to go across. And then we're going to go across this way. And then we're going to do this end, that, and then we're going to do the same thing for this one, the top. And I didn't get it right on the line, but that's okay because we're going to use our pencil, our markers to go over the top, and we'll add the end. And then we're going to need, I'm going to do a couple of little circles for the attachment for the little nails there. And then we'll do another one like this and like that. All right, now that we have our lines there, I'm going to go ahead, and I just got my little pencil mark right here at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and erase that. And this one. I think I'll erase this pencil. If you went way outside the lines, you can go ahead and just go over the top of it and erase all the pencil marks. I'm not really too worried because we're going to go color over it with our Copics, and I'm going to use some darker brown, so I'm going to color right over the top of that. So let's go ahead and maybe make some sky first. And let me see here. Let's start with B000. And so for our sky, we're going to want it to go out here a little bit into our background. So let's go ahead and start right here. And I'm just going to flick down until I get to her hand and the start of our little bench. And then we're going to do the same thing up here. Let's go ahead and flick away from our girl and over to the side. Oops, and I colored her hair there, but I'm not going to worry because we're going to go right over the top of that with some darker color. And that will cover that right up. And you want to keep your lines going straight across. You don't want to go up and down. And go over the top of her bow a little bit. Around these little clouds. And those were part of the stamp. Aren't they cute? And then we're going to want to go down this way, and let's go over the top of her foot a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to go with B quadruple 0. And we're just going to add that right on top. So I'm going to just go right where I stopped here. And we're going to go right over the top of our B triple 0 and out farther into our white space. So I'm kind of swiping over all of that blue I already laid down so that it will soften some of those lines. And I'm bringing it out past that blue. And then up here, let's go ahead and start up here a little bit. And then again over here, we want to swipe over the blue we already laid down so that we'll soften some of those lines. And then we will take our colorless blender. Whoops, I filled the colorless blender too far. It's like spilling out. Luckily it's colorless blender because I got a big blob right there and that will dry. I guess I must have filled it last time I did the circle one, so that's probably why it's got so much in there. Okay, so we're just going to go right over the top of all of this and soften all that together. And I'm making sure to go over both blues and out past the end. All right, colored her foot blue, so I'm just going to give that a little extra dab. Okay, and then let's see, what are we going to do down here for the water? Let's pick a couple of darker ones. How about BG01 and BG000? Alright, so let's start with BG01. And I'm going to do that with my ripples. So let's go. That. And then we'll try BG000. And I'm going to go ahead and brush out like this. And I'll probably put some stickles or something on here to make it sparkly. Let's try that first. And I might come back after I've done the edges and then add some more. Whoops. Yep, I way overfilled this. So I'll probably come back over the top of that here after a bit, after that's dried. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and color her skin next. All right, so for skin, we're going to use E 13, 11, 21, 00, 000, and for our cheeks, we'll use R 20 and 30. let's go down a little bit. Okay, so we're going to start with E11 first. And let's go ahead and start down here on her foot. So she's already got some little bumps here on her toe, so I'm going to just make this be the darkest. And then for this leg, let's do a little dab there on her knee. And then this leg's kind of resting on this side because there's a lot of dots right here. Let's start with that. Next we'll add E21. And I'm going over the top of the 11. And I'm going to give her 2 coats of color, so I'm not worried if it's not blending. And then E00. And then E000 to fill it in. And this time for a second coat, we're going to start with E13. And you just want to use this sparingly because it's really dark. So I'm going to go right where I have the little dots and put a little bit of color. And then we'll add a second coat of E11. And next we'll go with E21. E00. And then we'll go over all of that with E000. Okay, then we'll go up here and we'll start on her arm. So again, we're going to start with E11. Let's go underneath of her arm or her sleeve of her little swimming suit. And we're going to come down the back. And let's do her under where her hands touching this bench. And then up here, we go around all of that. And then we'll do E21 next. E00. and then E000. And for our second coat, we'll start with E13. E11. E21. E00. And then we'll go over all of those with our E000. Next, we'll do our face. So again, start with your E11 first. And since this side's tipped up, I'm going to kind of go with that being lighter over there. And let's go up here because there's some dots. We're going to use that as our shadows. And then we're going to come across. Around over there. And then we'll add E21. I'm going to go ahead and connect these. And then over here where I started, I connected them, and I already have the E11. We're going to go and brush that out a little bit. I'm going to add E00. So let's brush over the edge of our 21. And then we'll add E00. I'm not going to fill it all the way in. I'm going to leave a little white patch there in the center between her eyes. And next we'll add our E13. So I'm going to use this sparingly. Let's do that underneath where these little dots were on her hat, or where her bangs are touching. And then let's come over here. There's a few. And maybe a little bit right here behind where her shoulder is touching her face. And then we'll come back again with our E11. Then E21. Next we'll do E00. E000, and this time I'm going to go ahead and fill a little space in. I'm just going to swipe over her entire face. And we better give her some pink cheeks, so let's go R20. And I'm using these little pink, or the little dots there, as my guide. And then R30. Let's give it a little bit more pink. Let's go. And then I'm going to swipe over her face with my E000 over this cheek right here. I'm going to kind of soften that edge. Okay, I'm thinking maybe we'll do the wood next. Let's try E44, 37, 23, and 43. Let's start with our E44. Let's see. This I think is going to be the darkest one, so let's go ahead and do edge, maybe a little bit along where it touches this bottom one. And then over here, we're going to do the same thing, so we're going to go right underneath of our stick. If you made one, if you chose not to, that's cool too. Yes. And then this one over here, let's do the same over here. We'll go right next to where it's touching our stick. And then up. Try that. Next, we're going to add 37. And I went right over the top of my 44. Next, let's add 23. And then we'll add some 43. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that for a minute. Let's go ahead and go and work on the back post here, the side post. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this along the bottom. And then we'll add 37 over the top of that. I'm going to go ahead and just go right over the top of that nail. I should have maybe just made it a black circle. I'll probably come back and do that. And then we'll add some 23. And then I'm going to fill in the top with 43. Okay, now let's make it a little more interesting. So let's grab 44, and we are going to do, I'm going to do it right down the edge and make it dark again through here. But then I'm going to go with some lines. Let's kind of go like this, maybe. A couple little lines on there. And then same over here, let's go right next to the side, right where we put it before. And then we'll do some little green. Like that. And we better do some up here too. Let's see, let's go. Then we're going to add 37. So we want to soften that edge of our 44. Oops, I forgot one. I forgot to do this one up here. Oops. Let's turn it this way and we'll go. Okay, and we'll go with 23. And then we will go over all of that with 43. Okay, let's go ahead and work on her little bench that she's got going on here. I'm going to add a little bit of this underneath, or some of these shadows will be underneath of the little ripples there. And I think I'll add a little bit maybe to some of these swirls. I should maybe add some more swirls up here on my wood, because I love the swirls on this one down here. And we'll add 37. And we'll add this. And we'll add number 23. And we'll just put a dab of this in between some of these little spots here. Then I'm going to go over it with 43. And like the sticks or like the fence up above, I'm going to give it I'm going to give it another coat. Oh, 44 again. And then 37. And then 23. And then 43. Okay, I'm going to go with number 44. And because there's so many more swirls on this little bench down here, I'm going to add some more up here. And let's see, let's grab number 37 also. Then I'm just going to take my multi-liner here and I'm just going to fill in these little circles I made for nails. Next, let's add some grass over by our sticks, or by our posts. So we're going to use YG 97, 95, 93, and 91. Let's start with YG 97. And let's go over here and we're just going to make some grass. We'll do the same thing over here. Then let's add 95. And we're going to make the bank go all the way across. And then we'll add 93. And let me see, we have room for 91. Let's check. And I'm trying to make some go in the opposite direction. Just kind of crisscross. I'm going to come back with my 95 again. And I think I'm going to go across. Make it look like there's a bank running across here. And then let's make some more grass. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit in front of those posts too, so they don't look like they're just hanging out in space. And next we'll do 95 again. Okay, I kind of like that. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Do we want to put... How about we make a couple of these maybe be flowers? So we do our V22. I'm going to put some dots on some of these longer ones. Nice. Just like so. That'll give it just a little bit of color. Okay, now we're going to come back again with our watercolors since we've got the background there, and we'll use our BG01 for a second time. We'll add some more ripples out here. Like that. And then I'm going to take BG000 and I'm just going to brush right over the top of that and bring it out here to my square. Does it have to go all the way to the end? I don't care. I'm just brushing over it just to soften that edge. And then I will take my colorless blender and I'm going to go over the top of both of those. That. All right, so what should we do for her hair? Let's see. How about we try E29, 27, 23, and then Y21. Okay, so we're going to start with 29, and we want to use that where you want it to be the darkest. So let's say we're going to have some dark up here coming out away from her little hat. And then it curls around right here, so I'm going to give it a little dab right here. And then it comes out from underneath this piece. And let's add a little bit over here. Now we're going to add 27. Next we'll add a little bit of 23. Then I'm going to go over all of that with Y21. I think I will maybe go back with a little bit more of my E29. Okay, that leaves us with her bathing suit and her cap there. So for that, we're going to try YR 27, 24, 14, and 23. Let's start with YR 27. Let's do, I'm not sure if this one is the darkest one or if 14 is the darkest one. So let's try it on this little spot here first. Oh, 27 was the darkest one. All right, let's start with 27 again. And next we'll add 14. And then we'll do YR 24. And then I'm going to go over the whole thing with my YR 23. I'm going to give it a tad more of my YR 27. And we'll add our YR 14 again. It's not loving how it looks. And then 24. And then again with our 23. All right, let's leave that. Let's go down here and we'll do her swimming suit. So let's see, let's do this little crease right here and her butt. And then we're gonna bring this up. And how about right next to her arm? And then we'll add 14. So I'm going to go ahead and cover her butt up. And then I'm going to add 24. And then we'll fill it in with our 23. Okay, I'm liking that. Okay, I'm going to take my BG01 and I'm going to do these little splashes right here. And I'm going to take my Sharpie paint pen and I'm going to do these little dots on her outfit, on her swimming suit. That, should we do a couple up here on her bow? I think I will. Like that. Okay, so we have our Tilda all colored up, so let's go ahead and put her together. So first thing I do is make sure the card is opening the direction I would like it to open. And then we are going to attach this piece of brown cardstock. I think this one's called Java. And I'm going to kind of put it on there sideways. I don't care if it's straight. And then next we have this pretty blue piece. And if you got that in the card kit, some of them may not have this flower. It has this flower, and then down here on the next section it had this giant flower that I cut off. So you may or may not get a piece with a flower on it. It may just be plain blue. But in the end it's not going to matter because you're going to cover most of that up anyway. And then this one, I just made sure to pick this one for my card so that you can see that it may have a little bit of a flower on there. Next, I'm going to put this cute one with a little seaweed-like leaves on it. And let's see. And this one goes clear across, so it's going to fit clear across the entire card. And then next we're going to do these two green ones, and I'm going to kind of offset them a little bit. So let's do this pretty lime green color one first. Or if you like the light blue, you could do that too. And let's put this so it's kind of up here on the brown. Let's go like that. And then we'll do this green dot piece. I'm just kind of setting them on their cattywampus. I don't really care that they're not straight or whatever. Next, let's go ahead and attach this piece, our Tilda here, to our mat. And I cut the pieces out here with the CC Designs card maker die number 17. And I'll put a list to that and all the supplies I used down in the description box in case you would like to pick the card kit up and maybe some extra supplies to make more cards. Okay, so I'm going to put her on a little bit crooked too, and I'm not going to pop her up this time. I'll put this one on here, and I'm going to put her, let's see, let's straighten our card up. Let's go ahead and put her, let's put her kind of crooked like this, maybe over here, so we can see a little bit of that green. And then I grabbed a piece of this orange, and this was actually in the scrap bucket. And we'll go ahead and put that up here for a decoration. And then I'm going to put this little heart, and this was also part of the little die, all these little pieces. But I thought the orange went good with her little outfit there. And then we're going to do this So Cool sentiment, and this was from the CC Designs Pool Party sentiment set. I'm not sure if that's still available, but if it is, or if I have more in the store, I will put a link to it down in the description box. It's an older set, so I'm not sure if they still have it or not. Sometimes they don't have all of the stuff. If it's older, they retire things. And let's go ahead and put this, let's see, how about right here? And even with a little cloud there. And then I'm going to take some stickles, Stardust, and I'm just going to put that down here in my water. And I did go ahead and add a little bit of stickles to her hair. I forgot to turn the camera on when I did that, so just so you know, I did put some on there. I'm just going to put some of my stickles around here. Kind of give it some glitter. You could also use your glue pen and just do some dots and then just add the glitter, or shake some glitter on it, and that would work too. Mine is running out here. I'm gonna have to get some more. Shake it. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna get. I think that was the end of the bottle. Alright, so there's our Sunbathing Tilda. Isn't she adorable? If you want to pick up a kit, I'll put a link down in the description box. If you have a question, leave me a comment down below and I'll make sure to get back to you. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber yet, go ahead and do that so you can get notified whenever I do new videos. And if you hit the little bell next to the subscription button, whenever I do upload a new video, or if I do a live class, it will notify you, and then you can come join me and we can chat. So anyway, I hope you're having a fabulous day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.